All right. We are coming to you from Waukesha, United States. That would be in Wisconsin. And the time is September the 24th, 1979. And it's clicking in 30 seconds. It will click over to the 25th. We are at midnight. And already a lot going on in this chart. Mercury in its own house, mutable Earth, Venus and Mercury working on a conjunction. The Sun is in Virgo. Saturn and Jupiter are both in Leo, the house of the Sun. Got a lot going on in this chart. This one is, wow, let me go ahead and do this because I'm seeing Pluto here as well. So another big one of those charts. This seems to be so repetitive on my channel. Yeah, I can't get past this. So you have a fixed Earth planet, a mutable Earth planet, and Pluto, the Sun, all in mutable Earth. And here's your moon over here. Let's go ahead, and Uranus. Your sky's just lit up. Of course, you were born at night, so the stars that were over your head are going to be on the other side of the planet. This is not actually going to show when you're born. Let's pull this moon in and see what phase we're in, because it's almost just a hair. So you're looking at basically another day moon. When the sun comes up the morning after you were born, it's going to travel in the sky with the sun as that egg moon, day moon, Mary Magdalena iconography that we are being constantly shown through these charts over and over. They're repeating. This is almost getting uncanny here. So moon, we'll call it past that star. So yeah, moon and Uranus and Libra are the serpent part of the eagle, with the serpent is in the two claws of the eagle. But you have Uranus and the moon. So your moon is hosting Uranus, technology, your conscious mind. And then Pluto over here is your subconscious mind, with your communications, with your heart, with your solar plexus, sun chakra. And then you have Saturn over here. Let me peg this star and tell me where it's at. Okay, your Saturn is definitely in Leo with Jupiter. Okay, so these two, church and state, are very strong in your chart. Leo being that lion, that roaring lion, very, very strong in your chart. And then all this going on right here, once again, your subconscious mind, your shadow work is mutable. All of this has to change. Before you can enter into this 2020, when all this meets again in cardinal Earth, this Pluto in the mutable sign, your heart needs to change, your communications needs to change, how you use your solar plexus needs to change. Your conscious mind is in the balance. And this is not justice. It never was about justice. The scales were used in the marketplace. It's about money, economy. So your conscious mind would do well in the economy, working with technology, the Industrial Revolution. This was change on a physical level. This is change on a conscious awareness level. But over here, Pluto in this mutable sign, especially with Mercury there ruling, Venus is fixed Earth trying to oppose, and all of this is going to come into play for you at 2020. Your shadow work needs to be done. This alchemical philosopher's stone, alchemical wedding to make you whole and complete. You need to have that done by 2020. And then with Saturn there pushing you along, Saturn and Jupiter both in Leo, pushing you. Because they're going to conjunct and seal this deal of all you people that were born with Pluto and Virgo. You're the game changer generation. You're mutable, miry clay. You can make it whatever you want to. But it's ruled by the subconscious. It's buried deep. I call it your shadow work because that's a term that has been used that you're familiar with. It's actually not a term that I would choose. But we are limited in English. So, and then it's just right there with your Venus and Mercury that are almost conjunct. You would need to do your chart and see what's in retrograde. There's some free ones online, because any of these right here in retrograde would alter this. And Mercury is known for going retrograde quite a bit. And so is Venus. So keep your eye on these two going retrograde on you, and Saturn and Jupiter, where this Pluto is concerned. Even Pluto goes retrograde. So we have to watch all of that where this chart right here is concerned, because the last one we looked at, we had Jupiter and Saturn sitting here where you have Venus and Mercury, right? These are more concepts, constructs, your disciplined teacher, your benevolent teacher, your good teacher, and your bad teacher. And of course, they can change sides. That's church and state. But these two here, because they travel so close to the sun, and they're almost conjunct, and they're further away from the sun that they're not combust. But this is Venus in the house that is ruled by Mercury. So he has precedence here. And that is, he rules communication. He rules the marketplace. His symbol you'll find on Nike tennis shoes, that swoosh, because he's the one with the wings on his shoes, right? He moves fast. It's in the sky. He's fast. Quick, get it done, get it done, get it done. To where this is your heart. And it's all in the sign of the undefended one, the mutable, miry clay. Changing the way you speak, changing the way you have to seal the deal on your heart. You have to seal the deal in your solar plexus and that subconscious mind. Let it all come forth. Let it all come to the top. And that way when 2020 hits and you see these two come together with these two, Mercury and the Sun will be together, and Saturn and Jupiter will be together. Saturn and Jupiter will be in Capricorn cardinal Earth. That's going to seal this deal right here. Okay, I see, all in all, let's back this up. Let me get a few more in here and find out where your action is. Let's go to Mars. Mars over here in Cancer. Okay, your actions actually are directly opposite of cardinal Earth. Capricorn is directly opposite of this. And all of this over here in Virgo has to do with what's going to go down in 2020 in cardinal Earth. But your action is opposed to that. It doesn't want to go there. But I tell you now, it must go there. And that's why I'm Pluto here. And you're saying, I don't think so. I'm me, I'm the way I want to be, I'm opposed to that, but it must, with your heart over here, I must say that you'll do it because of love. You're obviously very loving with Venus and the mutable sign, and Mercury already mutable. Change. And that's just all over these charts. Let's go find Neptune. Lot going on. Okay, here we go again. Neptune and Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus didn't exist in the zodiac or in the calendar when you were born. So you would have to call yours the second decan of Scorpio. But, which is, Neptune is a water planet and Scorpio is a water sign. But in the past, you did not have to. You were not born under this influence. You were born under the influence of Scorpio because this did not exist. But because they're bringing down the 13th sign and bringing in Ophiuchus, and it's clearly sitting there now in the stars of Ophiuchus, the water Neptune trident changes for you. Ophiuchus is the snake charmer. So you would need to look up Neptune in Scorpio for your past, Neptune in Ophiuchus for your future, where the attributes that Neptune has, okay, dealing with Scorpio. You need to look that up. Now, your sun is in Virgo, and this is starting to go, okay, you were born at midnight. So this particular planet would have been an influence for you because you're a night baby. So it does need to pay attention to. You need to do a little bit more work on that one and find out. Of course, Jeffrey Green Wolf's Pluto, Evolutionary Journey of the Soul. I have a playlist under Jeffrey Green. Okay, Uranus over here with, you've just got everything going on right here. With Neptune right here, let me pull this chart over a little bit. Bring it back. Neptune, Uranus, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Pluto, Sun, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars. You have every player on the board. And none of it is influencing your night sky except for maybe this one, Neptune rising. I'm going to say you have a Neptune rising in Scorpio, but now in Ophiuchus. And this is the one you need to pay attention to. Again, we have another moon with Uranus. This is your conscious mind and technology. Industrial revolution. This was the game changer on a physical plane, on our materialistic world, but Pluto is going to be the game changer in things unseen, symbols, symbology, buried in the subconscious, not your instinct, because again, instinct is of the flesh, Uranus, but intuition. Your intuition needs to come forward. Your intuition is ruled by your heart and your communications, and it's very changeable here. But when we come into Saturn and Jupiter conjunct in 2020 in cardinal Earth, which is affecting this sign right here, it's mutable here. It will become cardinal. That's more than fixed. That's dominant. That's sealing the deal. It don't get any higher than that. But everything is just sitting right here between Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, Leo, and Cancer. Within just these few signs are all your influences, all your planets. Of course, you were born at midnight, so none of it's in view. It's something you don't see. You're not influenced by them over your head when you were born. But because you have the Pluto in Virgo, it's something you must deal with and bring into the light of day, because you were a night baby. And as you can see, during this, we've clicked over to the 25th. So I do have you at September the 25th, 1979 at midnight. Yeah, midnight baby there. All right. I hope this helps you. Please go to watch the Pluto in Virgo. Pluto, Virgo, and Aquarius, and Pluto and Virgo. Let me spit this out right. Pluto and Virgo. Jeffrey Green Wolf's, because this is definitely you. From Mars to Neptune and everything in between. This is good to me, because this makes us grow up and change, and we are going to become who we were created to be. who we're really created to be.